If you think about any issue in the world to figure out, okay, well, what causes that? People are poor. Well, what's causing the poverty? If you keep peeling the onion and going lower and lower, the root cause of pretty much anything is the lack of education. When you talk about educating at a national level, hundreds of millions of people, at a global level, billions of people, it requires hundreds of millions, even trillions of dollars in resources. And whenever you have systems that big, they just tend to have an inertia by themselves. What's exciting about right now is the opportunity to fundamentally rethink that model. F of G of X.
From an office in Mountain View, California, Salman Khan is doing just that, and in the process transforming the way students are learning.
Well, in this particular example,
at first, Khan simply wanted to help a cousin who was struggling with math by making video tutorials.
And G of X would be sine of X. We had one user of Khan Academy at that point. And then by 2006, I was tutoring several cousins. I started putting the videos out there. Fast forward to 2007, 2008, there's several tens of thousands of students who were using the site on a monthly basis. By 2010, it was 1 million students were using the site on a monthly basis. They've watched over 200 million lessons, and they do 3 million exercises plus every day.
Today, the Khan Academy website offers more than 4,000 lectures and exercises by Khan and other colleagues, covering math, science, and the humanities, all of them free of charge. Though Khan Academy got its start as a tool for students to use at home, it's now used in over 30,000 classrooms worldwide.
We're exploring how the same exact tool, not only can it be used for independent learners, but how it can be used to rethink what a classroom is about. From a model where classroom was lecture-based and kids would be quiet the whole time, to one where it's not lecture-based and the students are interacting with each other and the teacher the whole time.
We're really rethinking and reimagining what education can be in the 21st century.
The traditional model of teaching, I never felt comfortable because I knew some kids were struggling and you had a handful of kids who needed to speed up. But being just one teacher in the classroom, I had to kind of equalize it to the middle. And so I never felt as if I was reaching every student to their potential.
Students like David now can tackle concepts at their own pace.
Khan Academy is different because you get to do math by yourself and while you're on the computer. When I don't understand the module, I watch a video, and then Sal Khan, he explains the law and he teaches us how to do it.
With the help of a tool called the dashboard, David's strengths and weaknesses, even how long he spends on each lesson, are tracked electronically. David's teacher, David, and his parents can all easily see what he's mastered and where he needs help.
Maybe a little bit with rounding.
The software automatically adapts to his individual needs, serving up lessons that will help ensure his mastery of the subject.
It's basically applying the Netflix movie recommendation or the Amazon purchasing recommendation, applying that to learning so that you can now recommend to a student exactly what they need, what's going to drive the biggest impact for them.
We're building a platform, we're building data analytics, we're building exercises so that any student anywhere can go get practice, get feedback, be assessed, get diagnostics, understand where they are.
And when they know how they're doing and they're able to assess themselves, they are more free to then ask for help. Not just saying, I don't get it, but saying, oh, this is what I don't get, and to be very specific with what their need is.
I think we all had this preconceived notion that, yeah, maybe 10, 20% of students are motivated. The other 80% of students, they need to be pushed harder. But what we're finding is that if you allow students to engage at their level, almost every student can get engaged.
You can go fast or slow, depends on what you know or you don't know, but I don't have to rush.
You're not with the whole class and the whole class listening. You're just doing it by yourself.
And because everyone is working on their own, you have the time to meet small groups and individual students one-on-one. So let's talk about some accomplishments. At the end of the day, I can say, wow, I got this person to this place. Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna have to work with this person, instead of like, okay, I taught my lesson. I threw it out there. I wonder who caught it. So it's a very different way of teaching.
Whenever people think about technology and education, they imagine it somehow dehumanizing the experience. And everything that we're seeing is that technology used appropriately can be an incredibly humanizing factor in the classrooms.
Khan Academy's resources have been translated into more than 26 languages and are reaching students in 216 countries.
In the last year, we hit 43 million students around the world. That's amazing scale.
If I were to fast forward 20 or 30 years, my hope is that education, rather than being viewed as a scarce thing, will be viewed as a fundamental human right. So my dream is a free world-class education for anyone, anywhere.